Hi, I'm Sheriff Jim Cummings. I talked in an earlier video about the opiate epidemic on Cape Cod. I explained how, as sheriff, we've engaged the issue in all its dimensions on the law enforcement and treatment sides as well as the educational front. But I thought it might be worthwhile to hear the story from a user's perspective. We'll listen first to two offenders now in our custody, and then from a former inmate with a far different story to tell us. As you watch, I hope you'll keep in mind the common thread of this crisis. In all drug abuse on Cape Cod, it affects and costs us all.
Some friends brought some pills by. I said, you'd probably like it. So I sniffed it for the first time and kind of liked it. And years down the road is when the bigger pill problem started. When I was younger, there wasn't really too many pills around. But as I got older, the Percocet 30 started coming around, and that's when my addiction really kicked in. Once my habit really kicked in, I was spending about $200 to $300 a day. I was down and out, I had no pills, didn't have much money, and had some heroin on me, so I ended up doing that. Yeah, I robbed my own family when I was down and out at one point. I never thought I'd get that low, but I robbed my sister, and that was pretty much it. Just wanted to get high. I didn't care how I got the money. They're bringing the manslaughter charge back. If someone dies because of a drug you sold them, that would pretty much scare people into stopping and, scare a lot of people thinking twice about it, but no one's gonna just up and quit heroin because it's killing people. I'm hoping a lot because now I'm going on my fourth kid with my girlfriend, so I'm hoping I can live a productive life now and put everything behind me. But I have fears the way it is out there right now. I have fears of relapse, and nobody's perfect, so I'm gonna have to go back to work and stay away from everybody who, is using and everything, and try to keep my mind right so I don't go back to relapsing. It's all on me.
I started getting involved in opiates when I was roughly 19 years old. My first experience, my ex-husband told me that it was like cocaine and I should try it. I sniffed a line of it, and from then on I had a new love. I liked the nodding feeling. I liked the, going into a different world. I liked the falling asleep type feeling. It took me out of me. I started opiate use with intranasal, and then I switched to IV drug use. Needle gives an instantaneous high. Literally, as soon as you're done injecting it, it hits you. As with intranasal, it takes a couple of minutes. I gave my 2 children up for adoption because I didn't feel I could be a good enough parent. I've spent time in jail. I wasn't around for my father's death. The last time I used was 3 years ago, 10 months, in like 3 weeks. It's coming up on that 4-year anniversary. I agree that it's getting worse. The younger generation, I feel, in my opinion, I'm 35, and I feel that people that are in their 20s are really using a lot of heroin. I need to focus on a higher power, going to AA, NA meetings, having a sponsor, having support system, communication skills, life skills, stay away from people that are using, and remember that no matter how I feel, it will pass. A craving only lasts 7.5 seconds. My last use of heroin, I did a 1-gram shot. I went into the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, I realized I hadn't brushed my hair or my teeth in 4 months. I hadn't changed my undergarments, my clothes, I hadn't showered in 4 months. I was sharing a couch with cockroaches, and I don't mean 1 or 2, I mean they had a whole cushion, I had a cushion. And when I couldn't get in the house, I was sharing a dumpster with rats. Not a clean dumpster, a filthy, disgusting, trash-ridden dumpster. Some of the things I've done is stolen from my family, stolen from people who are very close to me, and I've ruined relationships. I prostituted. I would steal from stores, manipulation. I would take beatings from people that, I knew if I just let them beat up on me, eventually they would stop and go to sleep, and then I could take their money and run. So I put myself in a lot of danger. My last use, I was spending about $300 a day. I think that heroin addiction is always going to be part of me. I don't believe that I will ever fully recover. I don't ever want to use it again. I think that my last use was enough for me to say, whoa, time to change my lifestyle. But it's very real, and I know that at any time it could pop up and I'd want to do it again. It bothers me a lot. I spent a lot of time beating up my mother physically. When I use drugs, I become a very angry, violent person, and I beat my mother up very badly on multiple occasions. My daughters, there's 13 years that we'll never get back. I was ran over by a car twice and dragged 500 yards due to addiction. I was violent and angry and trying to kill myself. I took a bottle of Percocets. I drank a lot of beer. And in the end, I was ran over by a car. In my opinion, what could be done is more education, number 1. The Vivitrol shot, number 2. I took the Vivitrol shot for 2+ years, and it really helped me. It helped with cravings, which was a big plus. More support in facilities. I know a lot of facilities don't have a lot of narcotic support. They have more AA support.
Hello, my name is Grace Bernier. It's been 4 years since I've used my drug of choice, opiates and heroin. Back then I was a pretty broken girl. I was pregnant and I didn't know what life had in store for me. For years I struggled. I couldn't even get 30 days of sobriety under my belt without using again. I was a very sad soul. I was in and out of detoxes, rehabs, and jail. I just want to thank God for all those places, and thank God my drug addiction brought me to my knees. I wouldn't be the mother, daughter, or sister I am today without their help. I sit here 4 years later with true quality of life. I'm a mother of 3 amazingly beautiful children. My heart is fulfilled. I love my life and where it's going. I have so much more room to grow. I love my family for putting up with me during my downfall. You are all truly lifesavers. Thank you for listening to my story. If you're down and addicted to drugs, please get help. You can overcome this. I did.